eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models...
You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You know, our world has gone crazy, right? Yeah. I can now admit it. So let's move on to video number 2, because I thank you for sharing this one with me. And this one in particular is, we're going to play parts of it and I will pause. So there are 3 ads in this one. One is China. The first one is China. The second is Russia. The third one is USA. And we're going to listen to the Chinese ad for the army. Okay, this is a recruitment ad. And we're going to pause the video and you and I will comment based on what we saw and ask ourselves the question, how do you feel watching this ad? What were some of the words that comes to your mind as you watch the ad? And use in the chat room as well. We want to hear from your perspective on each one of these ads. And at the end, we listen to the USA ad and ask the same questions as well. How about we begin and take a listen to these ads, and then we share our thought and perspective at the end of each one. All right.
我们已经习惯达到。
王局，到！专利动员大会现在开始。
一声到，是一句承诺。
军长同志，一方前准备完毕，请指示。什么？杀！
一声到，是一种割舍。一声到。 是一次重塑。
海上、空中、陆上各作战机组已修订完善作战计划。
一声到，是一场冲锋。 用生命扛起使命，我们用忠诚筑起长城，改革强军，征途如虹。
历史告诉我们，改革创新与时俱进，是人民军队不断发展的康庄大道。人民军队的力量 来自改革创新，人民军队的胜利来自改革创新。
祖国召唤，我必到。一声到，一声到。
Okay, Darth Vader. What was your thought and perspective on this first ad?
I'd say two words come to mind.
Yeah.
Duty and honor.
Ooh. I like that. I saw strength and power. Can you tell me, first of all, why you chose duty and honor?
A lot of them looked like they were doing what they felt was necessary.
That's right.
For their country.
That's right. That's right.
And they felt that they were duty bound to do such things.
Yes. Yes.
They also wanted to advance, like technologically. Like there was a lot of we want to push the boundaries of where our technological advancements are. And just the constant and saluting and the uniforms always being crisp and clean.
Yep.
And always wearing the lapel thing
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah.
Like that's where I get the duty and honor from.
Got it. Yeah, as for me, strength and power, I saw there were a lot of men in the battlefield. The women were more like doing the inside jobs, monitoring what was going on their screens and so on. Um, but I saw strength when I saw that men were willing to go forward and be the boots in the field, and that was very significant to me. And I saw power, like you said duty and honor. I saw power in the sense that they were very well equipped. It's like they are ready to go. Like, get out of my way, I'm coming to get you. And it looks like they are very, very well organized as well. um Seeing that type of ad, even though I'm not for war, but if I had to join the army, that will appeal to me strongly. Hey man, this is an army you want to be a part of.
Real quick to address Debbie's question, no, they don't have a volunteer military. Everybody who once they reach the age of 18 in the CCP automatically gets drafted into the military for a minimum of 2 years service.
Okay, so that happens automatically with
Mhm.
them. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. But again, knowing the kind of country
That's why they have such a large standing army.
yeah. Well, knowing the kind of country that they are, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, well, let's continue with part 2 of this ad, and I'm gonna mute myself again, and then we're gonna take a listen.
祖国召唤。
Это первый день твоей новой жизни. То, что было вчера, не имеет значения. То, кем ты был прежде, уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы. Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения. Каждый день. Здесь боль закаляет. Шрамы, повседневность. Это ты решил себе что-то доказать. Командир здесь только для того, чтобы ты мог увидеть в нем врага. Потому что без врага нет боя, а без боя нет победы. Но на самом деле, главный враг — это ты. Вчерашний ты. Твоя задача — выследить врага, догнать его, превзойти, стать лучше, чем он, и вернуться назад победителем. Потому что завтра первый день твоей новой жизни.
Come on, let's talk.
Again, sum it up in 2 words. That would be strength and power.
I see that too. I see that too.
Like that's just sheer raw in your face.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't shoot you, I'm just gonna beat you down.
Yeah. The thing I'm thinking about, my other 2 words to add to what you said is I see sacrifice and willingness. It's like you see in their face, they're like, I'm in business. Like, to me, it's I'm ready to die for my country. I'm willing to die for my country. It's like there is no forced duty here. It's more like it's like they are so dedicated, ready to go.
Yeah.
I like that, and I see the strength and power as well. Dedication. Yeah, it's just so deep. Very nice to watch. Now let's move to ad number 3. This is our ad. Mute myself.
Потому что завтра первый день твоей новой жизни.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California with a little girl raised by 2 moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctors said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet, eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class, and then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority full of other strong women. But as graduation approached, I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life, a sorority girl stereotype. Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women, but what had I really achieved on my own? One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy. Another was climbing Mount Everest. I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an Army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength and maybe shatter some stereotypes along the way. I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
What was that about?
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to start, Darth Vader?
Pathetic and weak.
I saw feminism and inclusivity.
Like, seriously, if she wasn't a cartoon, she would not have made it over that wall.
Stop. That was misogynistic, like Piers Morgan will say.
I'm sorry, but it's true. I've seen it so many times.
What a difference in message and perspective. If I were looking to get into the Army and I saw this ad, I'll step back. I'll stay home and doing yard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had saw that ad 20 years ago when I joined, I would
Uh-huh.
not have joined. I'd have been like,
Yeah.
what in the heck is this crap?
Yeah. As an ex, you're a vet. So what were some of the reasons for you when you say I'm gonna join the Army and going to fight? What were the purpose that drove you to make that decision?
Pretty much everything I saw in the first two videos: a sense of duty, honor, a sense of wanting to defend what we have here in this country and to protect my family.
Okay.
And keep what we have.
Huh.
And
that
potentially help others in the process too.
Absolutely. That's interesting. These are the same reasons myself I would have joined. I'm looking at a USA Today thing here. Let me share that with you. And what it says here is that the US Army is down as far as recruitment is concerned. They're not getting to their goal. It's that we only achieve 75% of our fiscal year 22 recruitment goal.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. What's going on here? People don't want to go to war anymore. It's like, is it because our men are just becoming more fearful and afraid? They don't realize how strong and how much
they just don't want to deal with the identity politics that the Army's putting out.
I think so too. I think so too. These people do not realize the more they keep on getting into all these woke stuff and race stuff, inclusivity and LGBT stuff, the more you insert that in anything, it's almost like an acid. It just it destroys it. There is a place for that, and I think when it becomes the face of our military is when we have an issue.
Hmm.
Um, it's not supposed to be the face. This is the minority we're talking about. Why are we giving them so much power? How do we think the world is going to respond to this? And how do we think basic Americans like myself and like yourself, and we say, okay, now there is this marginalized group, right? Is these white male or like heavily under attack in this country? If you're patriotic in your spirit, where you love your country, you are told that you are fascist now. So these are the people. It's almost like what they're doing is they're cutting off their own legs. Those who would love to join the army and fight for the freedom that we enjoy, those who would love to die for their country, they make them feel so insignificant in the country, right? They make them feel like they're stupid, they're bad, that their ideas and their love for their country is all a bad idea.
Not
Now,
just insignificant, but they feel like they're in the wrong for thinking the way they do.
yes, yes,
Like
and
there's something wrong with them because they feel the way they do, and
yeah,
there's something wrong because their their strong feelings and emotions about their patriotism is a bad thing.
yeah,
Which in That's not the case.
uh,
That's what this country was founded on, was patriotism.
yeah,
And like Megan said, this is definitely not the military that we joined.
no,
You know,
that's
and
yeah.
you're right, Megan. The Navy's doing the same thing too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they came to this point where they actually believe by being inclusive and all that, that was gonna work in their favor. Like, did they actually really believe people were actually gonna buy into this stuff, or were they just trying it out to see? Let me just test the water to see uh, if this will work out. I mean, when you look at how many people give thumbs down to, and when you read the comments in this video, it's like it tells you everything you need to know.
Hmm.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Right? You need that Chrome extension.
Yeah, I need to. I was trying to get it the other day and I couldn't find it. Yeah, I'm going to get a verse here. If you can find that extension and send it to me, I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it. But here is the thing, guys. Like weakness and inclusivity and all this stuff, there is a place for it. It just doesn't belong in the army. It doesn't appeal to the strength of our country. It doesn't make sense. Uh, if I am an enemy, if I were an enemy of the United States and I saw this ad, I say, "Oh boy, guys, we're gonna be guys, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay because these guys they're playing because they're not ready for war." Seriously, because I will not want to join an army that looks like this. And although I'm anti-war, but if I had to be drafted, I will be like, no, I will fight tooth and nail not to join in that army. I'll be a conscientious objector, and I said, no, I can't. God said, "I shall not kill." That's when I will use that Bible verse and make sure I don't partake in that. Yeah, guys, watch this. This is the Bible, right? The scripture tells us in the book of Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. I like this. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ." You know that Christians are soldiers, right? Christian soldiers. So they're supposed to be enduring hardness. That soft, to mother kind of concept. That's not Christian. It says, "No man that warreth entangled himself in the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." So when you become a Christian, you become a soldier. You are called to endure hardness. You are called to fight against evil. So this stuff is not for the weak and the cowards. It's duty and honor, strength and power is what we have been called to do, and that's a fact. but I can stop right there. Do you have any final comment on this point, or we can move on?
No, you said it perfectly.
Yes, sir. All right, let's move on.